Fears surrounding Fukushima wastewater discharge still loom, with South Korea's seafood imports from Japan plummeting for the third consecutive month. Selah Yeon reports.
Following the approval of the discharge of Fukushima's nuclear wastewater into the sea, South Korea's seafood imports from Japan plunged by 34.7% in June year-on-year. This marks the third month in a row of decline since the discharge of the Fukushima's nuclear plant's wastewater into the sea received approval. According to the latest data from the Korea Customs Service on July 17, the total import volume of fish and shellfish in June from Japan went down by 21.7%. The fall in import figures came as the government of South Korea and the public continued to raise their concerns over Japan's plan to discharge the wastewater into the Pacific Ocean, an event that is expected to take place later this summer. The wastewater release is expected to be spread out over the next 3 decades. Data released by the South Korean Customs Service on Thursday also said that imports of tuna and salmon have dropped by more than 60% and more than 80% respectively, compared with the same period in 2022. And last Friday, over 1,000 fishermen in South Korea's Gangneung County, Jeolla Province, protested to voice their opposition against Japan's plan to dump wastewater. They were seen holding placards with slogans and banners criticizing Japan's plan. Jeolla Province is a major producer of octopus and seaweed in the country, and many locals fear that their livelihoods are already under threat even before the polluted water is released. It can be remembered that since 2013, South Korea has banned all seafood imports from 8 Japanese prefectures located near Fukushima, and this is due to radiation level-related concerns. Seoul East Selah Yeon Gemini News, South Korea.
A Japanese astronaut is part of NASA's next space mission on the International Space Station, composed of 4 crew members. Let's hear more from Natsumi Kojima live in Japan. Natsumi?
Yes, Ruth, Japanese astronaut Satoshi Furukawa will be joining NASA's next space mission, spending about 6 months in the International Space Station, where they are scheduled to board a spaceship called Crew Dragon. The Crew Dragon is scheduled to lift off on August 17 at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Furukawa will be joining a team of 4 members from different space agencies from different parts of the world. Satoshi will be the mission specialist together with Russia's Roscosmos, Konstantin Borisov. The team commander is an American astronaut, Jasmine Mokbeli, and their Danish pilot from the European Space Agency, Andreas Mogensen. Furukawa is a graduate of Doctor of Medicine from the University of Tokyo, and in 2000 received a Doctor of Philosophy in Medical Science, also from the University of Tokyo. On February 1999, he was selected as one of the 3 Japanese astronauts candidates to work on the ISS by the National Space Development Agency of Japan, or NASA, together with Akihiko Hoshide and Naoko Yamazaki. He then trained 4 years and eventually became a certified astronaut on January 2001 and a qualified mission specialist with NASA on February 2006. Furukawa said that he will conduct experiments on how staying in space affects the human body, adding that his tests will prepare people for future expeditions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. This mission will be Furukawa's second time in International Space Station after being assigned there as a flight engineer in 2011, spending 165 days on a mission called Expedition 28 and 29. Back to you, Ruth.
Thank you, Natsumi, for your live report. For our sports news, the Philippine women's softball team has moved forward to the playoffs of the WBSC Softball World Cup. Meanwhile, the Creamline Cool Smashers advanced to the finals of the 2023 PVL Invitational Conference. Hans Marshall is back for our sports news.
The Philippine women's softball team was ecstatic after securing the last spot in the playoff round of Group C in the WBSC Softball Women's World Cup. The Blue Girls defeated the host country Italy with a score of 6-5. It was a closely fought match with both teams tied at 5 before the national women's team emerged victorious. Nicole Hammond was named Player of the Day for her outstanding performance, contributing 3 runs scored, 3 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 runs batted in and 1 base on balls. The Philippines will be joining Canada, Japan, and Italy in Group C of the playoffs. The Blue Girls are set to play against Italy again in the playoffs on the 26th of July. In other news, the Creamline Cool Smashers secured their spot in the finals of the 2023 PVL Invitational Conference. The team achieved a straight-set victory over Vietnam's Kin Bac Bac Ninh with scores of 25-23, 25-23, and 25-17. Tots Carlos led Creamline with 16 points while Eliza Valdez and Gemma Galanza contributed 11 and 10 points respectively. Gia de Guzman also played a crucial role in the team's victory with 17 excellent sets. The Cool Smashers will face Japan's Kurashiki Ablaze in their last game of the semi-finals. Currently, Creamline remains unbeaten in the ongoing league with a standing of 4-0. Meanwhile, LeBron James' son Bronny is now in a stable condition. According to reports, he experienced a cardiac arrest during a practice session at the University of Southern California on Monday. LeBron expressed gratitude to the officials at USC for their swift response to the incident involving his son. In the end, the James family asked for respect and privacy. Further updates on Bronny's condition is expected to be released soon. This is Hans Marshall reporting, SMNL News.